Welcome back! We've just arrived on a pristine new island, which I've called Crater Island, for obvious reasons. And as I mentioned before, it seems to be a little bit more industrially inclined than the last two islands we visited. Now, we've begun examining some of the machines around here, like this wood shipping device over here, as well as that brick building, though we don't really know what that does yet. Now, additionally, we also climbed this ladder here on the side of the mountain, but unfortunately, the top of it had a hatch that was locked. It looks like it leads to this balcony, though, and we can see that a little bit better here than when we were over there. And from there, it looks like there's a bunker inside the mountain that this leads inside. But right now, our main concern is this thing here in the middle of the lake. Well, from all indications, it appears to be some sort of power source, and it has this hub on top of it with 3 different pipes that radiate here, here, and here. I'm guessing this valve over here controls where the power goes, since there's probably not enough to go around for everybody all at one time. However, there's a 4th pipe over here, and this one is not exactly connected to the hub. In fact, you can see it a little bit better if we back out. See right there. So, what that seems to tell us is that that pipe is probably receiving constant power. So, right now we have to choose where we want the power to go to. Well, let's take a little bit of a look at where each of the pipes goes. The one on the left appears to go over here in the direction of the wood shipping machine. The one in the middle appears to go over here to this brick building thing. And the one on the right seems to go up into the mountain over there. And the same goes for this one on the far side as well. Now, I'm glad that there's somebody here who seems to have considered the fact that we like to go from right to left, but this time I think I actually want to go the other way around. We can't really go on the right one because that leads up into the mountain and we can't go up there yet. The middle one seems to have all the answers we're looking for because we saw that ladder inside the brick building. So before we do that, let's go on the left and just test out the chipping machine. Now we also haven't checked out this side of the island either, but it doesn't really look like there's much here. Looks like it'd be a nice place just to sit down and enjoy the quiet and stuff. There's also this ladder over here that looks like it goes back inside the tunnel. No thanks, I don't think I want to ride that again. I will say though, when I was a little kid, I always got that ladder and this ladder over here completely mixed up. I have no idea why, but for some reason I always did. Well, let's test this out. Sheesh. Glad that thing wasn't on when we arrived here. Notice that we pulled this lever forward toward us. If we were sliding out of that thing and we bumped into that lever, it would have been curtains for us. Well, now it's time to try out the second option, which is this middle one. Earlier the controls didn't work, so we can only hope that maybe they do now. Okay, I'm already noticing something different. See, this spot here on this pipe is all lit up now. And when we turn this Y valve, it makes this one light up. Well, let's go with the first one. Now, if we follow these pipes here, this one appears to intersect with this device, with the wheel. So let's try that one first. Okay, well that's half the battle solved. or one, as it were. The water level's gone down. So let's see what that accomplished. Okay, well, we can see a little bit more clearly in here, but still this platform is not raised to this level where we can get inside the ladder. So we're going to need to work on that. Let's see where this thing goes. Okay, it appears to lead here to this gray lever. Or silver, if you prefer. Alright, that seemed to have done the trick. So let's go inside and see what awaits us. I gotta say, this thing always scared me as a kid. All those little things popping out. I wasn't entirely sure when they were gonna do that. Ah, pitch blackness. Wait a second, there we go. There's something up there. Not exactly light, but at least it's less dark. And it looks like we're climbing a ladder. If my guess is right, this appears to be that pipe that we had to step over earlier. Remember the one that ran up into the mountain? Alright, and we got a nice view here. We didn't come here for nice views. Let's see where we are. It appears that this thing is a drainage pipe for water, which has gotten deposited here and collected there still. I'm guessing most of it may run out to the ocean, at least that would make sense. Well, it looks like we're not going back up that way. Not that I'd really want to. And from here we can get a nice view of that other island with the plateau. The one that was really distant from Temple Island. Ah, that's a wonderful sight. Look at that. We have the lower level of Crater Island here and a fantastic view of the Great Golden Dome. Just breathtaking. And from here we can see more of where these pipes lead. Sort of, I guess. But it certainly seems like we were able to reach where we intended to go in the first place, which is this balcony. So first things first, let's unlock this. At least now we have a quick way back down. And now, let's check out that bunker inside the mountain. Okay, there's some sort of contraption down here. Okay, so that opens it up. We're supposed to put these peas or pellets in here, I guess? Whoa! Whoa, that was kind of sudden. Okay, what does this thing do? Nothing. Oh, right. This must be the thing that links to that third pipe. Well, at least we don't have to crawl through this again. And providing we don't have to use the other stuff again, that should be our last time turning that thing. Okay, now let's see what this thing does. Now we put this pea or pellet thing in here in the middle, which seemed to be some sort of food or something. And this thing closes very suddenly, so it's fair to assume that this thing might be a trap for an animal. Makes sense anyway, there's even little air holes here through which it can breathe. What kind of animal, though? Well, maybe we can catch it. If it steps on there, hopefully it'll close. Of course, we have no real way of testing that ourselves without our own hand getting caught, so we'll just have to wait and see. But let's just leave that and come back. Is there anything else we can do here? We can see that walkway over there, and that appears to lead to that really modern-looking building that I noted on the log cart ride on the way here. And that just seems to go into the mountain too. So how do we get there? I mean, there doesn't appear to be any additional ladder over here that we could find from the bottom. Wait a second. We saw this area from the outside with the doors open and closed. We saw it from the inside with the doors open. But we haven't seen it from the inside with the doors closed. Aha! Sneaky, sneaky there. Well, I'll tell you what. Since this path here was on the right side when we came in here, I think we should go to this one first. Not to mention that it leads underground even more, so this is probably more of a dead end than the other one, which if it connects to that passageway is still above ground. It's one of those spinning domes! Finally we can see one up close. Well, this is cool, but what do we do with this? Looks like there's some symbols inscribed on it, and one of them appears to be yellow. Let's see if I can point it out. Yeah, that one right there, or something. It's kind of hard to tell. So what do we do with this thing? I mean, we can't exactly touch it. Anything else in here? Okay, there's some mysterious lens here on the wall. We can't do anything with that either. Also, how is this thing glowing so brightly? Is it just these lights, or... Oh, okay. There's this hole in the roof here. And there's a pipe coming down here. I guess maybe this is what's giving this thing some power. Wait a second. If we were to reach that lens... Yep, the architect is pulling the same trick he pulled on us before. Alright, so what do we do with this thing? It's some sort of scope device and it's got a button on it. Well, this thing isn't really working. Maybe we have to push it when that yellow one comes up. Okay, it's the yellow one is the one with a circle with a completely vertical line in it. So how am I going to time this? Let's just start spamming the button. There we go. Whoa. Interesting how it stopped right on that symbol as it was facing this. But the bigger question is now, why is it all golden, and what exactly does it have? I mean, what purpose does this thing serve? Okay, there's some sort of slider combination here. Let's just try some stuff out here. And there. Aww. So what exactly is this thing for? What is it protecting? Well, if we look very carefully here, it appears to be some sort of book inside. Wait a second. Could this be a linking book? If so, then that would certainly explain a lot. I mean, we've kind of been suspecting that maybe Gen has been creating linking books from what we saw in Jungle Island. But we don't really know if they were working or not. Still, if they are working, that would certainly explain why he's going to such great lengths to protect them inside these things. If indeed, books are what's inside the domes on Jungle and Temple Islands, respectively. Well, let's see what's on this pathway to this building. It's locked. Oh well, there's more to see here. It's Temple Islands! At last we've discovered the bridge that we saw from there. Ah, so nice to see such a familiar sight. Well, we'll check it out in the next video.